Welcome back to the channel, and after 63 videos of talking about it, today I saw Bumblebee the movie. Yes, I was invited to an early screening of the movie in London, and I've just got back and wanted to give you my first impressions. Now, just to let you all know, this video will be spoiler free as the UK release date of this movie is not until December 24th. So we'll talk about the movie in detail, but that will come after the official worldwide release. So before my first impressions, what were my expectations going into Bumblebee the movie? Well, they were high, and I was very excited. A new director with Travis Knight, a new writer, Christina Hodson, would surely give a new take on a Transformers film, which in my opinion was necessary after the headache that was Transformers The Last Knight. Now, I'm not going to Bay bash in this video too much, as I in fact enjoyed the Bayverse for what it was, but that is what has made the anticipation of Bumblebee so exciting, the opportunity to see what a new director has to offer. Travis Knight's offering was a vision which I personally have always wanted to see in a Transformers film. A Transformers film which is driven by story over action. A Transformers film which develops characters and draws emotion. And a Transformers film which is heavily influenced by Generation 1. So did Travis Knight deliver on these offerings? My first impression is yes, he did, and he did it on all accounts. The story is much more simple than the previous 5 Transformers films, partly because its primary focus is on one Transformer, Bumblebee. There are cameos from the Decepticon named Autobot Resistance, but Travis Knight is keen to make clear that this is Bumblebee's journey, a journey which takes Bee through many emotions, courage, sadness, trust, and there's a vulnerability about Bumblebee which I've never felt before, and that is down to the relationship of Bumblebee and lead cast member Hailee Steinfeld, who plays Charlie Watson. In the 2007 Transformers film, Michael Bay tried a similar relationship with Sam Witwicky, but looking back in comparison, it lacked heart, and there just wasn't a relationship at all between Bee and Kay Yeager in years to come. Whereas with Charlie and Bee, you feel there's almost a dependence, a need to help one another, and it is that heart which drives the movie over any mindless action. So speaking of action, in Bumblebee the movie, it's not mindless, it's controlled, and each blast of action has a purpose. The Cybertron scenes blew my mind. They are perfect, and I now crave for an entire CG movie based on Cybertron with Travis Knight's G1 models. Throughout the movie, the fight scenes are clean, and you can tell the robots apart, which has been a criticism in the past, and something I know many of you will enjoy: transformations during battle, in and out of robot mode. This is a Transformers movie, after all. One of my biggest issues with the Bayverse was unnecessary humour. Bay just didn't know when to draw the line. Bumblebee the movie has the balance just right, and the placement of humour is fun and doesn't feel out of place. The human and robot cast for Bumblebee the movie is solid. I didn't feel there was any throwaway characters. John Cena is a good bad dude as Agent Burns, and there is more to him than just being the human antagonist. Shatter and Dropkick make great Decepticon villains. They have very different personalities, but they complement each other well. Shatter is calculated and the more deceiving of the two, whereas Dropkick is the muscle. But the stars are truly Hailee Steinfeld as Charlie, and of course Bumblebee. Their relationship has a magical feel about it, and a connection which we haven't felt before in a Transformers movie. Bumblebee the movie has some great G1 Easter eggs, so keep a look out as they are everywhere. If you're a fan of the 80s, the soundtrack to this movie rocks, and you will get plenty of nostalgia. But this is a perfect family film, and although initially I was concerned about the release date being at Christmas, with so many other blockbusters being released, Christmas is the right month for Bumblebee, and Paramount Pictures have been smart, as this movie is a real heartwarmer. Is this movie a prequel, or is it a reboot? It's definitely a prequel, as there are references to Michael Bay's 2007 Transformers film, but I can see how Bumblebee could be used as a soft reboot of the franchise. My final opinion on Bumblebee the movie is it's the best Transformers live action movie we've had to date. It's a taster of what a G1 Transformers cinematic universe could be, and most importantly, this story has heart. I don't think I will ever get the wow factor like I did back with the original Transformers movie, but Bumblebee's objectives were more than that. It was to create an enjoyable, fun Transformers film which would appeal to fans of all ages, and even bring in some new ones, and to that, Travis Knight has succeeded. So that was my first impressions of Bumblebee the movie, spoiler free, and once the movie has been released worldwide, we will be talking about it in more detail. Once you've seen the film, come back here and get involved in the comments section below. I'd love to know what you think. I enjoyed the movie and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. All that's left to be said is please rate, comment and subscribe. This is Delzinski, signing out.